Happy Friday, everybody, or should I say happy Jerome Powell Day, everybody. I mean, look at that. This pump out of the range. Pretty crazy. I didn't catch any of it, unfortunately. By the way, if you don't know me, my name is Eric. I've been trading prop firms for 3 years, and this is my recap of me trading my 50K straight to funded Lightning accounts with Tradify. Like I just said, I did not catch any of this, and I will go over that here in a bit. I did record myself today, but because I didn't take a trade, I thought it would be easier for me to just kind of go over my week and where I'm sitting at. Unfortunately, we did have another red week, but we did do some exciting things this week as well. If you followed any of my last videos, I had a horrible week last week trading my 50K account, and this is after I had already took a $2,000 payout, or $1,800 after the 90-10 split with Tradify. So as you see, I take about 1 or 2 trades max a day. Okay, these days, as you can see, they're all one trade basically, right? And that was with me trading my 150K account. This week, it was Tradify's anniversary, and so they were offering a humongous sell where I was able to get the 50K straight to funded Lightning accounts for $250 versus $509. So I went ahead and purchased 4 more accounts. And the reason why I did that is because I had already taken a payout. So essentially, I'm using their money to purchase more accounts. And my plan with these accounts is to take them nice and slow and try to get to a $10,000 payout within the next few months or so. Not really counting on the months, especially with the way that things have been going. But anyways, let me go ahead and dive into this week. After last week, which was horrible red, which is still alive in the account that I took a payout. However, it's getting very close to drawdown, or to blowing basically, because I only have like $500 left in drawdown in that account. Monday, we did not take a trade, and then I went ahead that night and purchased the 4 additional accounts to make a total of, again, 5 accounts. So that's why on these days, you're gonna see more trades, even though I'm still basically only taking 1 or 2 trades. So again, just be aware that when it says 5 trades or 10 trades, you know, this is only gonna be 2 trades that I took that day. It's not actually 10 trades. Essentially, I just did the math here. I went minus $234 this week per account. Didn't take a trade Monday, and didn't take a trade today. So with that being said, because I didn't record myself, I just want to go into a quick review of my week and then show y'all exactly what happened and why my trades went the way they did. Also, as you can see here, I'm still profitable only with a 40% win rate right now. And then the profit factor is being 1.29. Of course, these things are kind of out of whack now that I've added 4 additional accounts and have kind of gone red. So once I start getting those wins in those accounts, right, then this number is going to increase a lot. So obviously, like I said, I bought those additional accounts, and I made sure to go ahead and put that in my expense and income tracker that I made specifically for prop firms, and y'all can actually find that down in the link below. It's absolutely free, and you can go download that right now. All I ask is that you like and subscribe to the video. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into my recap of the entire week. All right, so let's go ahead and start off with Monday. Monday was a no trade day. On this side, I have my 2-minute chart, and on this side, we have the 5-minute chart. As you can see, I'm just gonna go over this pretty quickly here because I don't wanna bore y'all. But essentially, we never got like an actual 5-minute closure outside of the range and then a pullback for me then to go long. So we ended up taking no trade. Yeah, I don't trade past 10 a.m. my time or 12 p.m. Eastern. Then we'll go into Tuesday here, and this is a day that was kind of interesting, and this is why I want to go over my week, where we did get the 5-minute closure outside of the 15-minute range, which is what I wait for, right? And then we got that little pullback right here, and I set my stop order, my buy stop order right here. We got top ticked right here, and then it just flushed down. Now, the thing that I need to be aware of here, right, is I need to be more patient with my pullbacks. I waited for this little baby 2-minute candle right here, and then it came up and tapped me in, right? Which is, it's not all the way against my strategy, but maybe I can be a little more patient, right? And kind of wait for that flag to really form and to really kind of go more into that EMA, right? So that would have been a better flag. And then I would have placed my stop order to go long up here, right? And then I would have never got tapped in. I would have never got tapped into that trade. And then we actually ended up having a beautiful trade down here where we closed outside the range. We formed this flag right here, which was absolutely gorgeous towards the downside. And I could have entered this trade and it would have been a win. So again, coulda, woulda, shoulda, but it's just something that I need to be aware of. I'm not completely mad about my thought process on this trade up here. We were also approaching the previous day highs here as well. So I should have been aware of that was a rejection, and I should have waited for maybe a better hold above. So that just comes down to being a little more patient, right? Which we all struggle with. Wednesday. This is a day that I won't lie to y'all, I completely fucked up. If you didn't watch my recap, definitely do. I basically caught FOMO. We got this giant move out of the range, right? And this actually worked perfectly, right? Again, I shouldn't wait for this little pullback on the 2 minute. I should wait for this nice flag to form, right? And then we enter, and that would have been a perfect trade, right? Being nice and patient, waiting for that 2 minute to kind of go into that 9 EMA. Now, of course, the EMAs are a little lagged, so you're gonna have to like kind of predict that before, but you know, wait for maybe 1 or 2 candles or getting closer to it where you're really starting to build that flag and just be a little more patient. I, however, did not. I don't exactly remember. I entered a little too quick, like right here, and then I got stopped out like right here on this move instead of waiting for this and then entering right here to get the full move. So I got stopped out. I got a little frustrated, so I re-entered the trade right here like I was supposed to, and then we got the win, and that's why we basically ended up break even. I ended up, I think, at plus $24, $25 that day. Thursday. So this is Thursday, right? And ignore these lines, right? These are from today, the support and resistance lines. I'm just kind of going over my trades that happened out of the range. This was a legit trade. This is probably my best loss and probably my best trade all week, to be honest, even though I did end up losing. We basically pumped out of the range. I waited for that 2 minute to like actually kind of pull back into these EMAs there. And then I entered right here. We went about 7 points. Yeah, almost 7 points into profit. And unfortunately it came back, but I did try to trail my stop up. And I only ended up taking like a 3-point loss on this. And as you can see, it just kind of flushed down from there. So that was a legit loss. I was really happy with that trade yesterday. Let's get into Jerome Powell day today. Today we had an absolute A+ setup form. And I can't even make this shit up. We had an A+ setup form right before Jerome Powell was about to speak. So I couldn't enter this trade. But as you can see here, we just pumped out of the market open right here. We formed the range, we got a closure on the outside, and then we got this nice pullback with the 5 minute candles and the 2 minute right back into the range. Usually I would have done what? I would have put my stop order right here at the top of the flag, and I would have entered there, and I would have had my stop 10 points down here, right? I would have had this below that swing low. And I would have waited for us to get back up above, and then boom. But how am I supposed to take that trade when we got the news coming? But I mean, man, did that work? So I'd be lying if I was like, damn, I didn't catch FOMO there. So there was like another setup here, but now at that point, I'm like, I don't even want to risk it. And I kind of sat around a little more, and I'm like, let me just close the charts. This is not even worth it today. We're just way too overextended, and it just would be stupid to try to even get into a trade right now. Unfortunately, I wanted to, if I would have got a win today, because again, we're only minus 234. Now that I'm trading 5 micros and I go for about 10 points, I would have made, on a win, I would have made about $250. So I was hoping that we could get a win today and we could basically end up break even on the week. Unfortunately, the cookies didn't crumble that way, and we just didn't get a trade today. I gotta be honest with y'all, I'm like really impressed and proud of myself. I gotta give myself a pat on the back, because even 3 years of trading prop firms, I've come a long way since I started recording these videos on YouTube. And I recommend that anybody kind of record themselves, even if you're not going to post it on YouTube, just to kind of go back and see what your emotionality is. It's way better than actually hand journaling and everything, in my opinion, because you're getting that raw emotion. Like, that's stuff that you can't just like write down and refer back to. So it's really helped me overall with my discipline big time. And I just want to show the whole calendar there. it's helped me with my discipline, like major, right? And it's helped me with my discipline like a lot. You know, this has been a very, very rough month. I've been watching other people online, of course, and things like that. And I know that I'm not the only one that's kind of having a hard month or had a hard summer. So I'm looking forward to September, and I'm looking forward to this new kind of mentality that I have trading right now, where I'm able to just take these losses and not let it affect me so much. Like, yeah, am I still like losing confidence sometimes and making mistakes? Of course. It's always going to be a battle with that trading, right? Always going to be a battle. But the improvement of me not letting it get to me to the point where I'm like blowing the accounts or whatever, because usually when I got tons of payouts with Apex, like I said in previous videos, but I also have tons and tons of blown accounts, right? And at this point, I promise you, like just even a few months ago, I would have blown all my accounts. And then I would have had to start all over and pay more money. And that's why I have over $7,000 in payouts this year, but I also have like 4,000 plus in expenses. Again, download the free income and expense tracker that I made specifically for prop firms down below if you haven't already. But anyways, yeah, so it's just, I got to give myself a pat on the back for that, for real. And I made a lot of improvement. And this week was another tester. We had last week where we took a lot of losses, and I kind of readjusted and realized that I needed to widen my stop and scale down, and that's what we did this week. And it just still ended up red. It wasn't a horrible trading week, and there was definitely things I could have done better, but all we can do is just move forward, right? Move forward, keep improving, recognize your mistakes, and just keep it pushing, right? So again, only minus $234 per account. We are getting close to blowing the account that I took a payout in. And again, that's just because I took a $2,000 payout. I only had like $900 in drawdown after that. And look at all the losses that I've taken since I've taken that payout. I believe I took that payout on that Tuesday, on August 5th. So ever since then, we had lost. Those are 2 good days. So we went up, and last week just killed me. And that's when I was still trading 1 ES con. And now we scaled down, right? But we just taken so many losses that we only have about like $500 in drawdown. So if that one blows, it blows. That would be the first time, I promise you, the first time ever that I've blown an account just trading normal and just taking regular losses, not going on tilt, which that in itself is such an improvement. And who knows, like we can get out of it. Like if we get a win starting off next week, like we're right back in it, right? Right back in it. So it's all about surviving the hard times, getting through them, not going on tilt, and getting through those weeks. So that way, when you have your good weeks, then you can get to that payout. And that's the plan. So again, I'm ranting again, but I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure you like and subscribe. I hope y'all have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. And I'm looking forward to next week, and I'm looking forward to going into September. I do have a wedding that I'm going to in Tahoe the first week of September. I think like the day after Labor Day. So not sure if I'm gonna record myself or if I'm gonna trade, but anyways, we got 1 more week in August. Let's go ahead and kill it. Again, like and subscribe to the video, and I will see y'all on Monday.